Oh, kick! You guys just seen it. That was my peach milkshake IPA just kicked. Ah, fuck. Couldn't do that again in a million years. Alright, guys. It's the last of it. This is the it. Still a lot of peach there. Anyway, alright, guys. Tuesday night, so tomorrow is Homebrew Wednesday! Alright, let's sit down and we'll talk about some stuff. I got a lot of stuff to show you. Like that dude right there. So I've got the temperature set, so that means what? It means I've got beer in there. And I got a new sticker on there. So yeah, if my air conditioning wasn't running for the house, you could hear it bubbling in there. So anyway, we'll go sit. Alright, so what have I did? What have I done? What am I doing? So as you can see by the sticker there on my keyser, I got brew mail from Wrecked Brewery. Matthew Morris down in moved to South Carolina. He was originally a Georgia boy. I don't know if originally or Georgia boy, but anyway, moved from Georgia to South Carolina. So he sent me 6 beers. He sent me 2 B Limeys, which is the lemon pilsner. He sent me a brown coffee. He sent me a Kentucky. Let's see here. Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale clone, and let's see, that's 5. And he sent me. I got to go look at it. I can't remember, but he sent me 6 beers. So anyway, I've already tasted DKN. I'm not gonna do any kind of live tasting of that because I'll leave that for Nate. It's Nate's beer. I will say it's very good. Is it the same as Nate's? It's more malty than Nate's, but it's still, you can still get the hop profile. The hop profile is the same. It's just kind of masked a little bit by the maltiness, but it's still there. So, yeah, I brewed Sunday. It's Mother's Day. It's the only day I really had. So I brewed Sunday. Everything went great. I didn't have any issues with the system, other than what I've created. Just kind of working the bugs out, and I really didn't have any issues with it. So what I did, things that I learned, I overshot my strike water temp. So really all I needed to do was get my strike water about 8 degrees higher than the desired mash temperature. I ended up mashing this at 150. So I think I heated it up to 168. I think is what I did. Then I went ahead and doughed in, and I had to. You'll see, I got plenty of footage. But yeah, I had left the lids off the mash tun in the hot liquor tank, trying to cool everything down. Eventually it did. It took a good 15 minutes or so, but it did. I called it good at 150. Left it at 150 for an hour. Then it took me 40 minutes to mash out. I typically don't mash out, but I decided to go ahead and mash out. So anyway, it took me 40 minutes to raise the temperature to 168. So. And once I was at 168, I did not keep it at 168. I just immediately killed everything and began my sparge. Sparge was super easy. No issues with that. I did find out just happened on that the boil kettle. Once I move, that's the mash tun back there, right? Woo, back there. Once I've got it cleaned out, I can push it back into the corner because it's an L-shaped. It's a corner table. I can push it into the corner. I can push the mash tun. I can push the boil kettle over underneath the fan hood, which I didn't hardly have any condensation issue. And you can see I got my ghetto ass little fan, which was blowing air into the hood, and that worked amazingly well for such a little fan. I had to wipe I wiped the fan on the outside, on this outside portion of the range hood, wiped it off twice. it wasn't dripping, but there was drips on the fan. So I went ahead and wiped that off, and everything was good. I didn't have any issue. It wasn't raining in here like it was when I did my test batch. So yeah, I've got just over 5 gallons of 1074-ish beer, original gravity. My dip tubes didn't quite work as well as I wanted to, so I need to take those out. I need to cut those a little bit more. Yeah, instead of a half gallon, it was a little bit less than a half gallon. It was probably, I don't know, maybe, let's see here, it was in between like a quarter and a half a gallon, more than I wanted to leave into it. I should have had about 6 gallons going in the fermenter, and I didn't, but you know, whatever, not a big deal. So yeah, I've got a few things I need to do. I need to get a sprayer head onto my sink back here, just a little bit of pressure, since I'm cleaning everything in place, so I need to get a little bit of water pressure. So, you know, garden sprayer would be good. So I think I've gotten all that taken care of today at the Lowe's. So yeah, I haven't gotten anything done with that, but anyway, I want to start on my range hood, on my condensation hood here shortly. I've got everything I need to build it. Just got to make the time and actually do it. So yeah. What are you doing down here, Blondie?
Can we play down here?
Yeah, you can play down here if you want to. Just don't drink any of my beer.
Get over here.
So that's it. Yeah, I didn't clean up real well, but I did kind of manage my wiring, and I'll just kind of cut off here, and I'll go to that, and we'll come.
What do you want to do with
So I got some more hooks and zip tied all that stuff to the sides. And I got the mash tun pushed back a little bit. So yeah, everything's clean and out of the way. So then there's all that mess. So yeah, everything worked great. All right, that's it. I'm gonna say cheers, and hey, thanks, Matt. Thanks for the beers. So far, so good. I've had one be limey, I've had the DK, and both really good. So I'll cam up and maybe do a review for you. All right. Cheers. Peace. So what I'm doing right now, I've got 13 gallons of water in my HLT, and what I'm doing, I've already transferred 6 gallons into my mash tun, so I'm recirculating my strike water. It's in my mash tun already through the Herms coil. So I'm going to bring everything up to 165, then I'm going to dough in. So we are circulating. I've already added in my water additions here, so they're recirculating. So yeah, right now everything's kind of going as is. And then 126 in the hot liquor tank, 121 in the mash tun, but that'll even out pretty soon. All right, cheers. Now I overshot my temp, but the temperature didn't drop as much as I had thought. So I've got the lids off of both. I'm just kind of letting all the heat escape. I shut my mash tun off at 160, so it actually dropped down to 153. So it only lost 7 degrees. So hot liquor tank is coming down. I think next time I'll probably heat up my strike water to probably about 158, 160. I mean, yeah, 160. That'll probably be good. That'll get me down, depending on what I want to mash at, of course. But yeah, it's the hot liquor tank's coming down, and they're going to equalize here pretty soon. But yeah, everything's going well. That thing is rock solid at 150. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. You see 66, 65. That's ambient temperature down here. So yeah, right now everything's going awesome. Yeah, it's great. Good stuff. So I've been mashing. Let's see here. I got 8 minutes left in an hour-long mash. Then I'm going to bump it up to 170 in mash out. So far, my efficiency is crap. I don't know if it's just I haven't brewed in about 6 months, and I've got all my bulk base malts in in a 60-pound airtight container. So I don't know if it's that or I don't know. I don't know. I got something I got to figure out. But anyway, yeah, I've checked. I do have more water in my mash tun than what I should, so maybe that's affecting my efficiency a little bit, or just diluting my numbers. Right now, it's looking to be like a 1068, and my beersmith says my pre-boil should be 1064. So obviously, by the time I sparge, and my pre-boil is going to be quite a bit lower than 1064. But anyway, I've got DME, and it may be a non-issue. I don't know. I calibrated my refractometer, so maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I'm starting my sparge. It took about 40 minutes to go from 150 up to 168. So I didn't let it go at any length of time. 168. I got whatever. I just said fuck it and went on with my business. So anyway, yeah, I've got about 3 gallons, and I'm going to collect 8. So yeah, here we go. So I just dropped my 60-minute edition. So we're off. Nice little fan. Seems to be doing the trick right now. We'll see what happens in the future. But so my gravity, I thought it was off more than what it was, but I'm at 1060 at 8 gallons. Beersmith said 1064 at 7.5 gallons. I haven't calibrated Beersmith to the new system and all that stuff with the boil off on this, so I think I'm pretty stinking close. So I just did my first drop of Galena, and that's an ounce, 1.08 ounces. So here we go. That little fan right there actually works pretty effectively. Now what I've done, I removed the mash tun. I've got it all cleaned up. So now that it's clean and it's dry, I pushed it back into the corner, and I pushed everything over. So now it's actually underneath the vent hood. I've had to wipe off a little bit of condensation off the fan on the left. So besides that, it's working actually pretty well. So yeah. I'm still going to go ahead and build a bigger hood just because it needs to be done, and now I just need to do it. Alright guys, so I should be putting just about 6 gallons into the fermenter. Let me rotate that. So yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see how my new modified dip tubes work. Playing with cleaning. I think I'm going to make up some sodium percarbonate, then dump in here with some water and just recirculate through the chiller, through the pump, and now I'm going to probably pump water from here. I still have about 7 gallons of water in my hot liquor tank, so I'll pump that over and recirculate for a little bit. Then I'll just to go ahead and scrub it as I'm going. But as far as this, I think all I'm going to do is empty it, kind of wipe it out, make sure it's dry, and go from there. Alright, I just started my 30-minute whirlpool, so I've been in about 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes. So I'm holding it at 180 degrees. Put in my final hot drop, and actively fogging up the lens. So I'm whirlpooling, going. There we go. Should have a nice stroke cone down the bottom. Alright guys. So I just kind of go over my chilling setup. So I've got, obviously that's the out of the boil kettle, and that goes into that pump, and that pump then goes in to the top of the counterflow chiller. So then it comes out, right, and it goes back up there. So all the way up there, and that's my whirlpool arm. And let's see, over here, that is cold water. So the cold water comes out, comes down, comes into there, down at the bottom. Right here, right there. Then it goes around and it comes out here, and it dumps into the sink. So yeah, real quick, down and dirty. Pretty simple stuff. One advantage of having this L-shaped table is everything's kind of compact, and it's also a pain in the ass. So, but anyway, it's pretty good. Ah, look at that little turd. Typically, when I brewed on my propane system, I use my air compressor to blow out the pumps and whatnots just to kind of blow water out of it. So I went and I bought a cheap one from the Harbor Freight, and yeah, that's playing with that dude. So yeah, but right now I'm chilling down to 63, and we're pulling. So yeah, just about ready to go to fermenter and start finish my cleanup. So that little tub right there has been nice. I've been brewing like Josh Hoover today. Flip flops, no shoes. I'm Josh Hoover today. I'll never be that good looking or all that good stuff, but anyway, one day when I grow up, I'll be Josh Hoover. So there we are, put to bed and ready to go. So there's over 5 gallons, not quite as much as I was expecting in there, but that's fine. As long as there's enough in there to fill a keg, I can go from there. So right now we're sitting at 62.2 degrees. I pitched 2 packs of USO 5. Why? Because it's 1070 beer and I didn't want to make a starter, so I'm lazy. One thing I forgot to mention, I've got my temperature controller set at 63, so I'm going to try to ferment at 63, but you can see I got down quite a bit lower with just the tap water in the basement.